So we we'll get right into your team, John, the Cleveland Browns. Right?
The
Um,
best team in the country, the Cleveland Browns. The biggest fan base, the Cleveland Browns. The best sellout away team ever, the Cleveland Browns.
the Cleveland stinking Browns. Okay, let's let's get into it. So this past weekend, when we was going through our predictions and stuff, you swore up and down that the Browns were gonna have the Bengals number once again. Finally, Joe Burrow and them got a win against the Browns. They're like 1-5 against y'all now, but Baker Mayfield was able to get it done. Jacoby Brissett was able to get it done. So I'm just wondering, why couldn't Deshaun Watson get it done? Why couldn't he get it done?
Well, I'll break it down in two phases. One, the Bengals are eight. We're 8-10, or yeah, we're 8-10 against the Bengals because they haven't won in forever. Two, Deshaun Watson didn't play bad. Didn't play great. Didn't play bad. He was 26 for 42, 276, one touchdown, one pick. Those aren't horrible numbers. The first half, it was real close. And I'm going to say this. The tide turned when we had a roughing the kicker on like 4th and 19 or whatever it was inside the 20-yard line. I think it was like the 17. The kick actually took place around the 11. I don't understand why you have a punt block on in that situation when one of the dumbest people I've ever seen before in my life cross body blocked a punter. It was like technically the wrong thing to do. You don't block from down the middle. You block from an angle 2 yards in front of the kicker. That's coaching. That's a horrible coaching. And let's get to Ja'Marr Chase. Let's go ahead and get to it. Ja'Marr Chase did not cook up Denzel Ward. I said it. He only beat him one time, but I'm not even going to give him that touchdown because nobody thought that pass was going to get there. Ja'Marr didn't think that pass was coming. But Joe Burrow, that was a beautiful pass. But every time you see Ja'Marr Chase running free, or for matter of fact of that, every receiver running free was because they were in the slot, and John Johnson III had to pick them up, and they were just cooking this dude.
Indeed.
I don't understand. I don't understand how he's still in the NFL. He is that bad, but he's the first dude in front of the press talking about how bad coaching is. But you the dude getting cooked.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree a little bit with the Jamar Chase statement. Coming into this game, big chip on their shoulder. You know, off-season talk. Jamar Chase had it against Greg Newsome, not saying he wasn't elite, saying this and that, whatever. Big chip on their shoulder coming into this game, and for him, come out and grab 10 receptions and 119 yards. Pretty impressive to me. I mean,
Oh no no.
Denzel has had his number in the past, but Jamar Chase definitely came to play. But I agree with that touchdown that you say. Um, it was just an absolute gorgeous pass by Joe Burrow. Perfect timing. I mean, he did beat Denzel, like, but Joe Burrow put it in the perfect position for him to score that touchdown. And as much as you could give credit to Jamar, you have to give that to Joe Burrow. He put that exactly where he needed to.
Oh, I'm gonna say it was all Joe Burrow because there's no way Jamar was looking for that ball. There was zero way. Also, if you look at that play, Denzel pulls off because John Johnson's coming in as a crosser, so he pulls up. Once again, John Johnson III being the problem in the secondary. Like most of the stuff that Jamar was getting off on, it was a cushion called by Joe Woods. Which again, Jamar Chase likes catching jet screens, 5 yard out, and just burning dudes after the catch. Why not jam him? That one time, that deep ball that we got the pass interference play on, Denzel had him. Denzel has this problem. He's had this whole problem since he's been here. He will have coverage. The guy's not going to catch the ball, but he gets real handsy right at the point of the ball going over his head. I don't know why you touching him. You got him. But yeah, he wants to do a little tug as soon as the ball goes over. And for some reason, my phone's going off now, so that's awesome. I thought I had it on D&D. But yeah, most of those things, they would slide him in. He'd be in the slot. You also have a defensive coordinator who Tyler Boyd's out. You got T. Higgins out. So why don't you roll coverage on Jamar Chase? Denzel doesn't travel. I don't know why they don't let him travel. So why don't you roll coverage? You can put Newsome as the 2 following him around. But he refused to do it.
That's a good question. I did see Emerson get smoked one play, but I mean it was a flea flicker, so I mean I guess it's a little tricky play, but yeah.
I'll give you one play. You can have all the one plays, but for the most part, this was a bad coaching thing. I don't know why you go soft cushion press, zone coverage against the Bengals.
Right.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, we all know that this Browns defense does have the talent, but unfortunately, they don't have the coach to put out the right plays for them, put out the right zones for them to succeed, and that has been the downfall of your team this year. Sucks to see, but hopefully I can get rid of him.
Hopefully we will.
Hopefully I can get rid of him. I know before the season, you wasn't really big on David Njoku. I know that he had your only touchdown this past Sunday. How do you feel about him now?
I think he's playing better. I'm still not 100% sold on him getting, what, $14, $15 million a year? And it's all, well, one, he requested a trade.
Oh, he did? When was this?
Yeah. This was off season. Before he got that deal. It was like right before he got that deal. He was like, I want to trade. I was like, I get it. I don't want to catch stuff from Baker Mayfield either. I want to get out of here. But if you request it, in my eyes, if you want to go, go. 2, his problem at this level, he's not the best receiver I've ever seen. He's better than apparently Harrison Bryant, so we got to deal with him. His focus in catching the ball is problematic. For a guy built like that, he doesn't catch well with his hands. He always try to pull it into his body. And you can't do that at this level. It just doesn't work. You've got to be able to catch with your hands, bring it in. And he's kind of awkward a little bit physically. If you ever watch him try to catch and run at the same time, it's a thing. It's a thing to watch, yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I'm kind of impressed with his performance this year. He does, like you said, have some problems bringing in the ball sometimes. But overall, he's really athletic, got the speed, and he can make plays. He's a playmaker if he gets targeted. As you can see during the Bucs game, he made the game-winning catch with one hand. It was amazing. Or made the game-tying catch, I should say. But yeah, enough of David Njoku. I want to get back into this game because, man, I just want to say it. I told you so.
Here we go. You know, Amari Cooper was hurt in practice. The moment I heard that, I was like, oh, it's going to be nasty. I still say if they would have just had Denzel Ward travel. But let me not take away from what happened in this game. Their defensive line was punching Cleveland in the mouth all day long. It was frightening. Right. I have never seen people just push Wyatt Teller and Joe Bitonio back for 3 seasons. I've never seen anybody manhandle him like that. And I give all credit to their defensive line shutting Nick Chubb down, which Nick Chubb is starting to. I get it. We're on our fourth string center currently,
Yeah.
but it's. I'm not taking anything away from the play of the defensive line. It's impressive. They were just pushing the guys back. It was a sight to behold. I'll be honest with you with that.
Yeah, going into this game, you wouldn't think, oh, the Bengals will be able to contain Nick Chubb the way that they did. So, kudos to the Bengals defense. They stepped up this game, and got to give them their flowers for that.
Oh yeah.
Joe Burrow, he did what he had to do. Jamar Chase, of course, and then one thing y'all been lacking in is rush defense, and Joe Mixon was able to pick up 96 yards on the ground. So it's just been the same type of things for your defense. Soft coverage, stop the run, and we'll see next year if you're able to get a new defense coordinator or even able to get some more players like some D tackles and stuff to run, because it's been the same stuff all freaking year. Deshaun Watson, like you said, he didn't have a bad game. Threw for 276, a touchdown, and a pick. I gotta say though, that pick was outrageous. It was a Stevie Wonder to the Bengals defense. It was that pick was incredible. But I'm still on the fence. I'm not even on the fence with Deshaun Watson. I know he will get back to that,
Hang
top
on.
10 quarterback play. The man's phone is blowing up right now.
Okay, let's get back to it. Yeah, you're right, 100%. And I will defend that interception after watching the all 22. I will defend the interception.
What did you?
The safety. It was supposed to be a deep corner route with a crossing underneath. The crosser underneath was supposed to pull the safety. The safety actually did not bite on it.
And read the corner route.
If Deshaun would have threw it earlier, he had him. His eye discipline isn't there yet, and the safety just read his eyes. He wasn't looking at the crosser. He never came off that deep corner route, and he just beat him to it.
So he didn't sell the crosser. And pretty much safety baited him, pretty much.
Yep. And this is a guy you can fool with looking him off. He is trying to jump every route. You can eat his shorts if you just look him off. But again, 700 days.
Yeah.
This rust is real.
Yeah. He has to get into the groove of things for sure. Didn't play bad, but I was impressed with some of the throws he was making. There was a throw that me and you seen. He's getting sacked. He's getting tackled. And he just is still able to let the ball go. And I think he completed that pass, right?
Yeah, he threw like this dart with this dude draped over his leg. It's giving me hope. I'll see this week. If he plays better this week, I'm going to feel great about next year.
Right. And
I got to see the improvement. That's all I'm looking for is just the improvement.
I know Amari Cooper was hurt, but he was hurt in practice or whatever you were saying, but someone else stepped up, Donovan Peoples-Jones. He's been looking pretty good this whole year. I didn't know if his role would be as big as it's been coming into the year, but I can say I'm impressed with what he's doing. And this week he had 8 receptions, 114 yards. So DPJ, he might be your number 2.
Oh, he's the true number 2. They've been talking about him in camp since his rookie season. Like, wow, he's flashing. He's flashing. And then rookie season, during the year, training camp after that, oh my God, DPJ's coming out of nowhere. He's flashing. He's flashing. Don't know about that. This year, I think he finally put it together. His issue, to me, is the same issue I had with David Njoku. His focus when he's catching the easy ball drops. Like, if you hit him square in his chest, he's already thinking about the run. Where do I need to move? He'll drop a pass. That was my problem with David Njoku last year before last. Like, these impossible behind the back stuff. Oh, he can make it all day. And that, to me, that's focus. At this level, it's not like you don't know how to catch. It's just focus. And I think Donovan finally put it together.
Yeah.
And looks like David has too. So it's. I didn't think I would say this. And I fought saying this all season. Oh, we need a burner. We need a legit burner.
Yeah.
Because if Amari Cooper's off for a little something's wrong with him running routes, we're in trouble.
I'll say this. Y'all do have a burner. The kid can't fucking run routes, though.
Oh, Schwartz? Well, Schwartz can't catch either.
That dude is fast as hell, but that's about it.
You see that? Oh, you showed me that video where he got beat up by the pads he had to run that thing through. That was hilarious. Yeah, that's him. That's him.
He's struggling for sure. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get into this next